asking for assistance with it, and then if there's a critical mass, we will get a presentation or something going. So Peter, did you want to add to that?
Yeah, when you're talking about professional development, there's very different models of professional development. Some parts of USQ use a very top-down. They'll request staff to book into a 3-hour professional development activity. They will generally do that in fairly small groups, generally face-to-face, and that works for some staff. The other thing that we do with, I do with professional development is I get staff to come along to the same orientation sessions that students are coming along to. So they can just do that at any stage. And I think that's incredibly useful because staff see that this is an achievable thing to do. Across the university, we've probably got about 80 or 90 courses each semester that are using Wimba in a formal way in those courses, but there are many other courses where students are just organising their own Wimba sessions, independent of the academic. We have at least one course at USQ where the academic has said, my students will not use Wimba in my course, but the students, they're all doing multiple courses, so they just choose to use Wimba in a different course. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, yes, it does. Thanks.
Yeah, I think the takeaway is that we use you can use a whole heap of different mechanisms. Sorry, over to you, Pauline.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, like, it is important, I think, that the technology be mainstreamed and used in as many courses as possible because, you know, in 2007, I was getting more resistance than I am now in 2010. And one of those resistance is the camera. They do have to purchase a small camera to plonk on their computer, and, you know, that's about $20, $30. And so I got lots of inquiries from students, oh, do I have to buy a camera? You know, why do I have to spend this money? And, you know, if I can say to them, well, you know, not only are you going to use it in your personal life, you're going to use it in other courses. It's not just a one-off. You know, that drives and supports their need to be more engaged. So it's got easier for me over the 4 years as the rest of the university has come on. I think I was one of the first, I think I'm right, Peter, one of the first persons to use Wimba technology or Luminate technology in an actual assessment item. I should also say I use it more informally, so I use it as informal drop-in session for external students. So I'll say, look, I'm going to be online between the hours of 6 and 7 tonight. If anyone wants to have a consultation or come and see me, got any questions, and I often do that just before an assessment item or essay or something like that might be due in my other subjects, and it's just a drop in and you get a few students and you have a chat and you can record it. That's the other thing we probably haven't mentioned. Wimba, you can record, and the beauty for the learning of that is it's archived, and students doing their oral presentation can go and get that archive and watch themselves and learn. And, you know, by seeing themselves speak, they learn about the ums and the pauses and what they do wrong. And that's a great learning experience for them as well. Okay, well, I'm happy to stay, but I'll leave it in the hands of others as to where we go from here.
Okay, just Jeff here. I was just wondering whether anyone else wants to ask any questions or make any comments. Okay, Peter, do you want to say anything more?
Just one last thing. If I look at the log of the Wimba server that USQ is using, probably about half of the Wimba sessions don't have an academic in them. So these are sessions that a informal room has been set up in a course, and students have arranged to use that room independent of an academic. So I think that's a really important thing. These aren't virtual lectures these are virtual classrooms or virtual tutorials or virtual rooms that people can use in many different ways. Okay, I think it's been a great session. Over to you, Jeff, or Pauline or Matthew to close.
Well, I'll just say
okay, if you don't mind, I'll probably...
Sorry.
So I was just going to say thank you first before everyone left. So just on behalf of the Transforming Assessment team, I just wanted to say thank you, Pauline and Peter, for being part of for agreeing to be part of the webinar. That was a great presentation. I think it's given us a really good practical example of how these particular tools can be used for assessment. Because one of the whole points of having this Transforming Assessment webinar series is to talk about the examples people have put together of actual real assessment tasks. And I think that's what other people want to see, because it's all very easy to talk about things in sort of in theoretical terms, but this is about now a real example and real students actually using this. So I really appreciate you giving us your time to be able to do that. Matthew will have recorded this. We will be putting it up on our Transforming Assessment website. So again, Pauline and Peter, thank you very much. Thanks everyone for participating as well. And we'll stay on for a few more minutes if anyone will say, but we'll probably end the formal part now.
Okay, well, I'd just like to thank you, Jeff and Matthew, for organising this. It's, I think, a fantastic learning tool for academics, an opportunity to discuss with others and connect around the world. It's really lovely, and I thank all those people who've taken up their time to be with us tonight, because I know life is precious and time is precious. So thanks everyone, and I'm happy to stay here till everyone's gone and answer any questions.
Archive recording has been stopped. Archive is being saved.